Hi, people. So I went to Disclosure Day yesterday with two fellow experiencer friends, and I didn't know what to expect, to be honest. I go into everything like open mind, whatever. Um, and wow, yeah, things happen. So, and some of it's still upsetting, actually. But let me get through this. So I had physical, spiritual reactions to certain parts of the film, and then emotional reactions to other parts of the movie. And the only time I've had this kind of thing happen was during the movie Contact many years ago with Jodie Foster and Matthew McConaughey. But I viscerally reacted to a little bit of. Now, I don't want to, like, if you haven't seen the movie yet, I don't want to ruin it. So I have to limit what I say. But first of all, go to the movie. Secondly, I'll be vague, kind of. There's more than one, but so they all hit me. There are some scenes that involve animals that are not animals. And those of us who know that's a thing. So I reacted to that physically, like I felt some tingling, some hits. But the first thing that made me like really tingle really strong, and I almost started to leave my body, kind of a thing. Like I was getting a hit by spirit and my ET friends so strong that I was doing the jerking and stuff that I do when I'm going into trance. Is when the lead female character, she's doing the weather report and starts speaking in clicks. The click, and like even now when I'm thinking and like I'm hearing it in my head, it's kind of triggering me. That hit me, which I was not necessarily expecting. And I'm losing my train of thought. I'm so ungrounded since yesterday. I'm just all over the place. So I'm probably gonna go off into tangents. Like the animals, the clicking. When I don't want to give away too much of the movie. Well, I mean, people who know about abductees know about abductees anyway. So when at one point there are two children in a ship on tables, and there are three fingers that touch a face as they are being tested and stuff by the beings. And one of my more vivid encounters, I clearly remember three fingers. It wasn't four. I know they don't have five, but I thought it was maybe four. But I felt it was three fingers on my face. And so that scene with the little girl and boy on the tables and some of the other stuff that happened was like freaking me out. And but I got very emotional because I consider these beings that have contacted me for many years to be my friends. I understand that not all groups are benevolent, but the vast majority of the ones I have encountered have been. There was one group that not good. Most have been but very benevolent, and I have so many stories. But in the movie, there's some footage of a living extraterrestrial being from a crash that our government got, and let's just say the humans did not behave the way I wish they had towards this being. And sorry. It was screaming. And it was very upsetting. As you can see, but hearing it yell and, scream, because it was scared and they were hurting it, and that was hard. And then later in the film, there is, it's not real Roswell footage, obviously. It's created by, Steven and the other producers and writers and everything. But so-called footage of recovering the bodies from Roswell. And that made me cry. Because these people are my friends. And they died. And, I'm sorry. There was just, and like a lot of focus on the eyes. Because when, Eric Pearl, the healer who changed my life in 1996, when I would have things happen when he was doing healing sessions on me, it was always through the eyes. I mean, they say, your eyes are the window to the soul, and they really are. So, this film focused on people's eyes a lot. And I just wrote a letter to Steven Spielberg that I'll mail off later today, because I know he said that, he's never even seen a UFO. Hang around me for a while. Things will happen. And people that I know. But he's very connected. He is doing work that he incarnated to do, more so than what I think he thinks. Because he's made a lot of, wonderful movies that had nothing to do with extraterrestrials. But he's done quite a few about extraterrestrials, and he's interested. And there is a reason for that. But some of the things that were honed in on this movie, like only those of us who know. So either he's a really good researcher, which he probably does do his research, or he's just like more connected than he thinks. Let's just say that. He might not know or remember. I will say Steven may not remember what he's been exposed to, or the gentleman who wrote this film. So I guess the story was by Steven, but the screenwriter is somebody else. I don't know. It was very impactful. And there was a lot of symbolism in it. But I feel like it's an important movie. So I know, it's getting mixed reviews right now, but you know what? Some people love things that I've hated and vice versa and blah, blah, blah. But overall, I feel this film is important. So that's, I'm sorry. I'm still like, my eyes are all, no, I'm sorry. I'm trying to get myself together here. And then, I think I'm picking up something. This is just going to be some relay work, not full trance today. Hold on. Ooh. We are here. Yes, I know that. All is as planned. Every human is a cog in the wheel to bring forth truth to humanity. You are all ships sailing on the sea of infinity. Between the various folds in dimensional systems in the galaxy. Listen. Listen, 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 listen. They're slamming listen. By the way, the film ends with that. The vast majority of us mean no harm, as you are our brethren. But we do have some groups that only have their best interest in the forefront. Please do not fear us as the vast majority want to be your friends. We are all around you, and yes, we do cloak at times. We are here to bring all of the diverse groups together, because time is speeding up and we need to work together to save all of consciousness. We bid you peace and we'll pull back. Oh, I wasn't sorry. Okay, I thought I was just. I thought I was just gonna relay a little bit. Sorry. Okay, I think I'm back. I'm sorry. I'm back. I mean, this is going on too long. I meant to really just talk about the movie, and you should go see it. And it's valuable, and there's things in there that connected people know. So I do think the producers and writer, know more than they think. And then in other news, before I forget, I've already put it on my blog, but on June 22nd at 6 p.m. Pacific, I'm in New Mexico, so 7 p.m. my time, June 22nd. I'm going to be the guest on Vancouver UFOs meetup. I'll have to anyway, it's on my blog. But if you want to tune in, I don't think you have to actually be a member of the meetup group, although I highly recommend this meetup group. It's a really good group. And they do some things in person in Vancouver, Canada. Other things are on Zoom. So you can take part when, like me, you are not local. So anyway, I'm going to be their guest June 22nd, 7 p.m. Pacific time. I'll post the Zoom link that I'm pretty sure I put on the original post, but I have to verify that. And that's it. I do not want this to be longer than it is. So anyway, I hope you're all doing well. Take care and listen and look up. I'm doing a lot more of that since yesterday, honestly. And I mean, I know, it's been made clear to me before that they want to work with me, but that I needed to let them know. I mean, obviously I do some work because there's this channel, but I don't do a lot of work. I'm honestly, I'm so busy trying to survive every day. I just don't do a lot of anything. But I'm also questioning now, and I mentioned this in my letter to Mr. Spielberg, that a couple of years ago, I'm on the second floor, and it was nighttime. I went into my bedroom, and there was a praying mantis stuck on my screen, and I didn't know they actually went this, because that's pretty high up. I didn't know they went this high up. But there's this praying mantis, and he's just looking into my bedroom, and he's intently staring at me. And I'm like, I came over to him, and I'm like, is he looking at me? I'm thinking, he can't be looking at me. But he was looking at me. And he stayed there for a really long time. And to be honest, now that I'm, learning more and more about how ETs will masquerade as animals to make you feel safer, and I've had some contact with mantis type beings, was it really a praying mantis? I don't know. I cannot say for sure. It might not have been, but it might have been. I'm healthily skeptical. So that's it for today. And I got to come back and actually do regular channeling and messages from spirit and all that good stuff one of these days when I have the energy. So here we go.